Hey peeps, and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing a review of the FLZEN 1080p upright projector. The FLZEN is the largest projector I've tested so far with the highest resolution. For your convenience, this video has been split into segments. So if you're in the rush, you can skip to the specific chapter markers below, but to get the full lowdown and to help make the video more easily found, watching from start to finish works best. So why am I doing this? Well, this is one of 7 videos I'm making about video projectors. I'm doing this because about a month ago, I was organizing a family event and it worked out cheaper to buy a projector than to rent one from the venue. However, when I did my initial research, I found it incredibly confusing. There's just so much information out there, and ironically, it's sometimes incomplete, making it totally impossible to do any proper comparisons. And worse still, as I found out some of the information is just plain wrong. So I ended up ordering a bunch of them to test them out and find out which was the best value projector for my use case. These videos are a summary of everything I've learned. I'll be shifting through all the noise to share with you what I think is important, as well as verifying and correcting any misinformation I discover. Check out the other review videos, including a full comparison of all 6 projectors I tested, in the description below. Full disclaimer, any product links may contain affiliate links, meaning a small percentage of the sale may go to me. Key thing is, you won't be paying anymore, and this helps reward me a little for the time and effort I've spent producing this video. Thanks in advance. Having said that, my goal here is to provide you the best information to help you make the best informed choice for your own situation. Even if none of the projectors I've reviewed suit you, I'm sure you'll learn a thing or two on what to look out for in your search for your perfect projector. The review will be split into 3 key parts. Firstly, I'll be checking and confirming the specifications. Then we'll be unboxing and taking a tour of the hardware and software, plus most importantly, evaluating the real-world performance. Let's get started. So here's the FLZEN 1080p native portable Wi-Fi projector. We are checking this out on the US Amazon website, and notice it's got 4,500 lumens. Now this is a very peculiar thing because compared to most of the other projectors out there, they're usually around 6, 7, 8,000 plus. 4,500 lumens doesn't sound very high, and that's the thing with these lumens specifications. You can't really trust them because this projector is actually the brightest of all the projectors I reviewed. So yeah, I don't know how they come up with these numbers. I don't know how they worked them out, but it's not a very accurate guide to work out which one is the brightest. Anyway, this is a full 1080p projector. It's the only projector that I reviewed that was a full HD, and could definitely tell this was the full HD. It was definitely the most highest resolution and looked the most detailed. It is also the largest. This weighs in at their 4.23 pounds, just under 2 kilos, and is also the largest of the projectors that I reviewed. But anyway, this is $299 US, and if you look over at the UK, it also comes in black, which looks very nice. And again, same specs there. On this particular model, I couldn't really find any incorrect information that was presented on the marketing information page, so good job there. Yep, full 1080p, all that kind of stuff, correct information. I can verify all that, all looks good. And in Australia, it was $385. Again, good job on actually getting the information correct across everything. Couldn't fault it at all. First up, let's take a look what's in the box for the FLZEN upright projector. Okay, comes in 2 colors. I've got the white one here. So, okay, seems to be not the easiest to pull out. There we go. Okay, so we've got the instruction manual. Let's pull this out. This one is quite a bit bigger and heavier than the other projectors we've had a look at. take that out. We've also got power adapter, which is kind of surprising given the size of this, why this is not just built in. The other ones I've seen don't have power adapters. We've got the power cable, plugs into that. We've got the HDMI cable. We've got a remote control. And we've got a AV cable. All right, let's take a closer look. So on the left side, looks like we have a speaker grill. The plastic is of, it's okay quality, not super high quality. Just feels like probably your standard kind of third-party kind of product quality. We've got speaker grill on the left side as well. On the back, okay, we've got the branding, we've got the power, USB input, headphone jack to use external speakers. We've got an AV port to plug in DVD, VHS players, etc. HDMI port and the infrared port. Okay, so just really 3 key areas that you're going to plug in through this device. And on the top, not that many buttons at all. We've only got 3 buttons and a kind of cursor button, but I assume this is also a selector button. So it keeps things simple, which is nice. Power button, back button, and looks like a music button. I think maybe that is so they can use this device as a Bluetooth speaker. And we've got the focus style here, which makes it super easy to focus. Let's have a look at the bottom of this. Okay, looks like there's a grill here. Okay, so this is just so you can clean out if it gets too dusty, filter. And on the bottom, there is no tripod stand or anything. This is not designed for that. It's designed to be put on the table. It's got 4 feet there. Okay, LED lamp. All right, so that is the FLZEN upright projector. It's now time to check out the operation and menu system. All right, let's give the FLZEN a test drive. Let's turn it on. Nice clean start screen. And here we've got the standard kind of Chinese projector menu system. And let's have a look at the first thing. We see here multimedia. So this is pretty much accessing the media that's on a thumb drive through the USB. Okay, so you can see there. We've also got AirPlay and Miracast if you want to stream media from your phone. We've got the AV and HDMI inputs. Let's look at settings. Network setting. So this allows you to connect to the Wi-Fi. System setting. And projection setting. So this is very important depending on how you want to set up the projector, whether from the front, the rear, on the ceiling, or on the ceiling behind. Oops. Need to change that back. All right. Wi-Fi power, not quite sure what that is. Focus. Again, I'm not sure why there's a focus on this, because there is actually the manual focus, as you can see on the front here, this manual focus button ring, which makes it super easy. The most other important thing is the keystone correction. You can see there it was slightly wider at the top. Now it is nice and parallel. All right, that's it for that. And the other thing it's got is cable cast. So this allows you to connect your phone directly via the USB into your phone, so you get a much more reliable connection, not needing the Wi-Fi itself. All right, so that's pretty much it. Now this One thing I found with the FLZEN is that it doesn't have a hell of a lot of buttons. You have to go directly. So let's just say I'm going to HDMI. I turn on the Apple TV. All right, so once you're in watching some media, if you want to get back to the menu system, you just press the back button twice. Press it once, you can get to the input source. Press it again, takes you back to the menu. That's one of the things here, because there's a lot less buttons here, you don't get the option of pressing a button that will take you directly to the settings. You have to do it through pressing the back button twice. Other than that, that's about it on the FLZEN menu system. I'll be testing the performance of the projector for my real-life impressions as well as by the numbers. Key things I'll be testing are brightness. I'll be using a light meter and measuring the brightness on the screen in the center and at the corners at two different distances, about 2 and 3.5 meters, which is about 6 and 10 foot respectively for my old school friends. I'll also be measuring the size of the image at these two distances and testing the operating noise using my audio meter on my Apple Watch. For real-life performance, I'll be giving my personal take on the quality of video projected using a combination of film footage and some dynamic footage I've edited together from awesome footage shot by professionals. Thank you, Sony and DJI. Here's the footage being shot at 2 meters from the projector onto a white photo backdrop, giving a 65-inch image. Sound is recorded about 1 meter from the projector at 100% volume using the onboard mic on the Fuji X-T3. Settings are locked in at 1250 ISO, shutter speed of 130, and aperture of 4.0. See what you think. By the way, I've also uploaded this edited footage so you can see how the video looks directly on your monitor. Link below. Let's see the projector now in action with some cinematic footage from Shang-Chi. Hopefully that gives you a really good idea of how the projector performs on the screen in the dark. Let's have a look at the numbers now. This is the FLZEN by the numbers. We got to start off with the size of the image. At 2 meters, the FLZEN creates a 145 centimeter or 57-inch image. It is actually the smallest of the projectors that I tested. But again, if you have lots of space, it's not really going to matter. You just got to move the projector a little bit further back to get the image size that you're looking for. At 3.5 meters, you're getting about a 260 centimeter image or a 102-inch image. Most of the other projectors got up to about 115 inches. So again, this actually projects the smallest image. However, the one saving grace of the FLZEN is its brightness. This is definitely the most bright projector I've tested. And you can see here 253 lux. Most of the other ones, the max they got to was 150. So this is significantly brighter. Having said that, the drop off at the edges, you'll see there at white is 40% and the colors somewhere around 40 to 55% with an average around 44%. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. At 3.5 meters, you'll see the drop off at a similar rate. In fact, yeah, you can see here the drop off is pretty much around 44%. So at whatever distance, whether at 2 or 3.5 meters, the drop off on the corners is around 44%. It is, of course, less bright at 3.5 meters. but it maintains its consistency across the corners. The final thing we're going to look at here is the sound or the noise that the projector makes, and it gets a 45 decibel rating on top of the projector, and it drops down to about 38 decibels at 3 meters, which is probably one of the lowest recordings I got. And you can see there it is only just slightly above the ambient sound. So once again, when you're playing something, you pretty much won't notice the sound coming from the projector. Over here, I've also got a lux reference, just so you know what these numbers actually mean or give it some kind of context. Two key things you want to look here is the corridor lighting in your home is around 40 to 80 lux as a reference. And in a brighter room, such as the dining room, the light usually is around 160. The FLZEN provided a great bright image without pixelation, and sound was loud with good bass. If the bigger size and upright format works for your space, and you're wanting a full HD 1080p projector that also works during the day, this would fit the bill. You're paying a bit more for the brighter full HD image over the cheaper Chinese 720p projectors, but I feel it's definitely worth the extra if you're using it as your main screen. I'm giving the FLZEN a 7.5 out of 10 for both performance and value for money. Love to know what you think, especially if you got one. Hit me up in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the other projector review videos in the description, including the comparison review of all 6 projectors. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss any future videos from me. See ya!